Tonight, it's the National Football League. It's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
This will make it into the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
First carry now for Alexander Madison. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Just shy of midfield. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Madison.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete.
And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
Running from the shotgun with Madison.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down.
That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
2nd and 3.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jones.
He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line.
A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
Just like that. 19 tight. 19 tight. Take go.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
Out quickly to Judy.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
The throw over the middle taken in.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
15 more yards.
That's going to be caught by Judy. And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 6 there on first.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around... And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. CeeDee Lamb hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And Washington has taken the lead.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Brian Burns in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
That just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. Great job defensively.
And the pressure gets to him again. Bradley Chubb in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And that is incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation. Run and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. On the return, it's White. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
And right now they're in that number 2 spot. They would love to hold on to that, but obviously first things first. They want to clinch the division.
And that's what everyone plays for. Win your division first, guarantees you a spot in the playoffs, but still a nice spot to be in. Not as good as it was when the number 2 seed meant a first-round bye. That's all changed with the new playoff system, but still a nice spot to be in.
They'll run with Cook, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Well, I know defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field.
While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Brings up 4th and goal.
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Washington 7, Rams 3.
The kick by Sanders is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They're going deep downfield for Boykin. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing Jones. He's going to go up top again. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over. Here. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Mike 51, Mike 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats, let go.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
That's complete to Tyler Johnson.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a 1st.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He finds his tight end Howard. That's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And he's got it. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Juju Smith-Schuster. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
Now that touchdown won't allow you to totally relax, but you can breathe a little easier now. Just increased their lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 17-3.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And that's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Here's Madison running on first down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football, because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On third down, Jones. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Check line 54. Line 54. It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Let's go.
They start the drive with Cook. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
No!
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that, because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line.
10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, and now it's second down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5.
He'll look to throw.
3rd and 5.
And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They're going to look to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
At the 50-yard line.
Pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Dragon 60. Let go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he finds Howard complete.
The pass.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Open man right side is Smith-Schuster complete.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Push him back. Ready.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
They'll throw now on the final play. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. Sanders' kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. Well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21.
Washington takes over 1st and 10.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his second touchdown of the night.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them running the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
From the 31, Jones. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And the Washington offense heading out.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
54's much. Ready.
Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
They'll set up a throw.
I can't believe they let you play.
And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run for it. Cook. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11. At the 38-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. And his pass incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing.
And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Now looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. They'll try to run with Madison, and he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Alexander Madison, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. Now Jones, and this one incomplete. So they went for the 2, they don't get it.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's caught by Howard. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Washington. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Back to throw. Completes it to the fullback, Ham. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 41-yard line.
On the ground, it's Cook. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
At the 50-yard line.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he's got this down to the 35.
Pass interference. Defense.
They ain't on our side.
So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. He's going to take off, and he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. 14 yards. And Washington going to add on to their lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and they open the lead up now to 25.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Operating from the gun, Jones. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Darius Leonard able to record his 5th sack of the season.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Intended for Nick Boyle. Incomplete.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. White now to return.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Come on, man.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Back now here on EA Sports. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Washington on 3rd down.
They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Cook. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield.
I told y'all it was going to be a
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Dalvin Cook, 62 yards.
And this Washington offense continuing to add to their lead.
They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ballgame.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Deron Payne in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jones looking for Ayuk, and he's got it. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. The Rams on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 11. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it is incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. O.J. Howard with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Washington offense just continuing to pour it on. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Now this will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. L.A. readies for its next possession. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Jones. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. So that one will be accepted.
Automatic first down.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And they're going to speed things up here. 2nd and 6. Buying time to his left. He'll run it, and he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Looking to throw. Open man. He completes it to Judy. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. They'll run on 1st down. Cook. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll set up to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Open man is Howard, the tight end. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Open man lamb. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
The 16-yard line.
He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Cook. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will extend this big lead. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football.
The onside kick recovered by
The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.